Believe it or not, when you ask your manager for a promotion, that decision is already been made before the call started, way before even talked about promotion. After promoting more than 50 folks for manager position in my career, reviewing hundreds, I kid you not, of promotion candidates, I've seen it happen over and over again. There are 5 things that you need to get right on every interaction in order for someone to promote you. And listen, you may have heard all 5, but the order is what everybody messes up. Let's get to the good stuff. The first thing I'm going to talk to you about here, arguably the most important, is how well do you understand the next level's job description? Super important, okay? One thing I live by the line, and other professionals that I work with as well, job description from your next level has no work from your current level. AKA, knowing the job description is the number one way to know what it takes at the next level. And in order for you to fully understand this, let's do a bit of a thought exercise, okay? Let's imagine you yourself, right? You are about to jump on a call with your skip level manager to give team updates. Your current manager is on a 1 week vacation. Now, I'm not talking about your colleagues or your juniors. I'm talking about skip level who's managing your boss right now. This guy who exactly knows what he expects from your manager. Now, before this call, before the presentation, what are things you are going to talk to him about? I know for me, even now, I'm going to be a little bit unsure, a little bit concerned, and overall just wanting to make sure that I'm making the right choice of things to show and build in the presentation accordingly. Now, let's imagine you're jumping on the call now. We're live, 45 minutes conversation. What is the skip level manager looking from you? Is he or she looking for work from the lens of your job description, the way you regularly present things to your manager, or is he looking for from an exact expectation he has from your current manager? It's an easy answer, right? It's because your manager level work is what is going to sell. At the end of the day, I can get on a call with somebody, a corporate guy, a corporate girl. They could have the best presentation and work in the world. But if I sense lack of what they could deliver and how they could deliver, they are not going to see you at the next level. And on the flip side, I could jump on a call with somebody who just presents exactly as their manager levels, just chats through the entire call. But the presentation is exactly like their managers. I would immediately see that person ready for the next level. And it's all because corporate ladder is seeing the person fit for the job description and seeing the person fit for the next role. And that's what people are looking for on that call. All the other habits I'm going to talk to you about, they're not going to help you if you lack understanding of the job at the next level. Now, how the hell do you understand the next level's job description? Super simple, okay? What a lot of people have a misconception on is that they need to be in the job to learn how to do that job. AKA, if you are in marketing, you need to be working at the director level and delivering millions in pipeline. And it's just not true. Where your understanding of the next level job needs to come from is your own life experience. You know what's going around better than me, but I can guarantee you, you have done much deeper work of the next level than your current role itself. You have attended hundreds of meetings with your manager. You have seen hundreds of managers' Slack messages. You have seen your manager present to the skip level manager as well. Those are the constant things that you need to go back to that is going to help you build the job description before you start performing at the next level. And hey, eventually you would have the list of things your manager is actually doing. And that would really help. But still, you need points from your own experience. Now, the second thing to go over is actually, do you have the time for your career growth? If you ever have a conversation with your skip level manager and see what he wants from you, you would immediately stop working at the current work at hand and start creating time for the next level of work. Most of your colleagues spend most of their time working on the current job at hand. They go over what is the expectation from them. Are they ready with the deliverables? Are their manager having more expectations? But while doing that, your executive is still sitting there and wondering, I wonder if he's going to actually be able to deliver at the next level and help me scale my organization. I mean, this is all they care about, right? So you're supposed to solve problems at the next level. Your managers work, the bridge between where they are right now and where they want to be. This gap needs to be filled. So, yes, your daily schedule needs to have time for the next level of work. But when you go and ask for the next role, your job is not to tell all the things you're currently doing and include it in the conversation. Your job is to connect each of the things you're doing to specifically how that will help scale at the next level or reach a specific goal at the next level. And I do this by using the SAP framework, right? Select, arrange, and protect. And the way it works is whenever I take a meeting or join a meeting I'm invited to, typically you want to break it into three, right? Oren Claff talks about this. Humans understand things for some reason in groups of three. I'm not going to give you the scientific answer right now. But if Oren Claff says it, I'm going to believe him. He's a stud. Read his book, How to Pitch Anything, right? But the SAP framework starts with select, arrange, protect. And I do this for each of my working day because I'm finding time for the next level, not just for the current level of work. I will start my day by looking at the calendar and saying, which are these meetings which I want to select for the day, which are going to help me for the next level of my work? Cool. Here are the meetings which are needed to be attended in the order which is based on maximizing my chance for a promotion. From there, I will move towards protect and I will say, what are those meetings in my day which are not part of my next level of work? How do I make sure those meetings I'm not attending and never let them enter my calendar? And obviously, that was a riff, you guys. But SAP, select the meeting to attend. Arrange, arrange as per highest chances of a promotion. Protect against meetings that waste time. So now that you understand time at hand, let's not talk about executive communication. Arguably one of the most important pieces of the corporate growth ladder, where you're driving the conversation with your manager about the day to day work and we'll be able to deliver that work. The mistake most people make is that they explain their work way too tactically, meaning your manager says he has a problem. You get excited because you know how to solve it and you start explaining in way too much detail. Within 5 to 10 minutes of the conversation, you are either in too many rabbit holes of ideas and double checking everything you know about it and how it will help them, or you just speed run through the conversation entirely. And the second you do that, their guard goes up, right? They wonder if you are helping them or if you are not ready for the executive conversation. And hear me out here. Think of the last time you went to the doctor, right? And the last time they prescribed you something. Now, let's say you go to the doctors and you got something crazy going on. You're coughing continuously. Oh, crazy, right? Why would you be coughing so much? Now, would the doctor just automatically hear your coughing and say, here is what you need? You need to buy this. Or would they ask you a line of questioning to really identify what's going on before they prescribe you any type of product? It's a self explanatory answer, right? They never just prescribe you anything. They ask you a huge list of questions. They listen to what you're saying. How long have you been coughing? Do you smoke? Do you drink? Maybe they run a few tests on you and then they tell you what's wrong and how to fix it. You want to converse in the exact same way. And you can tell if you're communicating right if the manager is doing most of the talking. A lot of these call recording features in Zoom are present. You can just push the transcripts to any AI tool. They will tell you, okay, you spoke 70% of the time and the manager spoke 30% of the time. The sweet spot you want to find on your manager calls is seeing that you have an 80-20 or a 70-30 split, meaning the manager is speaking 70% of the time and you as the presenter is speaking 30% of the time. Your job is to listen, not to rant. There are 5 boxes that you need to check off on every single conversation and do this in the exact same order. First is the pain. And when I say, I mean the true pain, not the surface level answer. Find out the problem and find out how it's affecting the current life or their current business at this very exact moment. The second thing we need to find is the trigger. Something happened that made them have this conversation with you and they want to solve this problem today. Maybe they missed a target, maybe a big client walked out of the door. You need to find it because that reason is what make them had this conversation with you. Third is the ROI. Make the maths make sense live on the call. Let's say, for example, your offer is going to help them make an additional $100,000 a month, but it'll only cost $20,000. Say that on the call when you pitch the idea and say the cost. They never see the numbers, they'll never have the real urgency. Fourth is what they have tried to fix this problem and what they feel they need in order to solve this and reach their goals. Remember, you're only having, typically 1 or 2 call meetings. You're spending maybe 2 hours with your manager, like most of the time. With a 45 minutes or a 2 hour conversation, it is extremely difficult to convince someone to solve problems which they don't even think they have. You need to sell to their needs and their wants, not the other way around. Now, number 5 is arguably one of the most important, which is a tie down and a temp checks. Now, this is how you eradicate objections in the first place. I'm going to ask tie down questions to ensure commitment to solve the problem and reach their goals for today. And also ask tie down questions to make sure they'd be ready to commit and buy your idea and start working with giving you more resources and budget so that your next promotion is unlocked. One of my favorite questions that I ask on every call is just super simple. It's just asking, hey, based on everything you heard today, do you feel you are ready to pitch to the executive? This is my temp check. Before I move to the pitch in the first place, I'd rather hear objections ahead of time rather than when I discuss budget and need to fight an uphill battle then. And again, I would ask damn near the same thing right after the pitch. But at that point, they have already heard about the presentation. So I would ask, you just heard me break down everything. Do you feel this is what you need to solve X problem and reach your XYZ goal? The reason I do that is because there is alignment with my presentation, but I want them to say any objections before I pitch my idea. Now, none of this is complicated. So now to make the most out of this video, I need you to promise me something. Run all the three ideas day to day, even if it feels a little bit uncomfortable at the start. And remember, understanding the next level job description is the fastest way to grow. These techniques work. I've seen it work for me. I've seen that work for other people that I've helped make break past the manager ladder. And with that being said, these are the few of the exact systems I teach individuals that I work with, where I review live meeting calls for you. I train you for whatever presentation is coming up. I'm making sure you're getting ready for the promotion and even help you with opportunities. The link is in the description if you want to check it out. If not, that's fine. I'm going to be posting videos every single week, dropping as much free value as possible. Hopefully, this helps. And as always, once you learn how to get the promotion, you will never starve again.